Hello, everybody. My Libras, how are you guys doing? Hopefully, everybody is good. I am just getting set up here. My name is Patty. I'm going to do your intuitive tarot today, and it is also got astrology and numerology mixed in it, so it's a little bit different because it is divine driven. What I mean by that is I do your current energy and your future energy. I do mix numerology and astrology with those, and I do a separate card for divine. So if you're asking a question to the universe or divine, hopefully this is a card that is going to answer some of that for you, or give you you'll resonate with it because it's your question, whether it's something that you're looking for, you're needing a decision, maybe somebody, I don't know, a love thing, kind of a thing. So hopefully this is the message for you for the Libras. So we're going to get started. Again, this is for the 30th of August, guys, through the 5th. Now we've got a new moon coming in on the 6th and 7th, so you're going to feel some of those energies towards probably around the 3rd. What does that mean to you? It means that we're actually in what's called the waning part of the moon. So until then, between the 30th and the 3rd, or from when you actually watch this, it's time to release some energies. It's time to get rid of some of that low vibrational energy, whatever is in your life right now, that toxic energy, that destructive energy, that energy that is limiting you. This is the time to release it and get rid of it so that when the new moon comes in, you can start receiving new stuff in. All right. So let's get started. And I'm going to use two different oracle decks. Of course, the Divines card has a different deck, and then this is for your current energies and your future energies. So let me get a hold of this first card. So it is the number 9. So this is something that is very important for someone. This is about coming into an energy that needs to be happening, to be paid attention to at the moment. It is also about the almost coming to an end of something for someone. So there's two energies here with this number 9. It is signifying it's really important to somebody, and it might be ending for somebody. It's not quite there yet. So the number 10 means it's done. But this here is an energy that it's just not quite there. Boy, you know what? With you guys, with your air signs, you are really in a balancing act thing right now. Definitely about coming together in balance and boundaries this week. A lot of it. So let's get this started with this here. I'm going to read, because this is a new deck for me, and it's fairly new, but I didn't get to research a lot of these numbers I have not seen yet. So I'm going to read it. All right, I hate reading from these little books. I like to memorize them before I do it, but I just don't have the time right at the moment. So this is it, the power of purpose. There comes a time when you realize that you are destined for something that is yours and yours alone. The catalyst might be an experience with a special person, a path you choose, or something you feel called to. You'll discover it's not necessarily what you thought it would be, and has nothing to do with everyone else wants, or what everyone else wants or seems to want. An uncanny conviction takes hold from somewhere deep and true. You feel a sense of power arising from a true sense of self, accompanied by a need for action, a commitment explored something, or purposeful choice. Right now, you're invited to step into a new empowerment, a sense of authentic purpose. A lot of the times we're not even living for our own purpose. Purpose, and bolstered for a healthy dose of self-esteem. You're called to release, again, there's that moon. Release your old conditioning. There's no need to be self-conscious or act in a certain way to please others, which can sometimes take you into a direction you don't want to go anyway. I'm going to tell you this from experience, guys. I would really, really embrace that. This is really powerful. This is the Divine's card, this message to you guys. Somebody specific out there who's ever watching, they've been wondering this. Authentic you is really, really important. I lived 50 years of not being my authentic self, squishing it, putting it in low vibration energies. I mean, I kept it to myself. I was doing things and being my authentic self within myself and doing, but nobody knew what I was doing. Nobody knew who I was or what I was doing. However, because that really threw my balance completely off. Your current energy is about balance. What did I say in the very beginning? You have to become the authentic you. Take the mask off and stop worrying about what other people think, because what you're designed for, he is screaming for you to have that come out. And this is just going to be part of your process, because your future has to do with education, has to do with the number 8. Number 8 being your progress and your rewards in this process. It's a transformation process about rebalancing, resetting, bringing yourself together, what your authentic purpose is. Reason why is I've had abilities all my life. I don't talk about them because people think you're nuts. And I was worried that people would think I was nuts because I was already goofy anyway. And so why should I want to be, goofy and also considered nuts or crazy? Because my self-esteem was in the toilet. And that was it, due to a lot of it had to do with from my past of being a kid and being sexually abused. There's a video on that, a 3-part series. If you know somebody in that way, definitely share that with them or watch it yourself to educate yourself, because your balance is way off, especially when you start out really messed up. And that's the thing is, I knew these abilities, divine or God had given me these abilities at a very young age. However, as I grew up and they evolved, I didn't tell anybody. I wasn't living my authentic you until I started in my early 50s getting this thing to come out more and more. And it wasn't until, gosh, my daughter and I were just talking about this. I think I was in my mid 50s that finally there was because I hear as an empath, I have the ability to hear. It just kept being louder and louder and louder and louder, and like pushing me and pushing me and pushing me to come out. And it was just like doing a Heimlich maneuver, like somebody's just come out kind of a thing. It sort of sounds silly, but release that, because that's low vibrational, darker energy. Oh gee, what a shirt to have on for that, right? So yeah, so you bring yourself up to the light when you release that. Release. We're in the waning moon to release the fake you and be the authentic you. This is definitely about your balance. Your whole signs, the air signs are all about balance this week. So the power of your purpose, you'll be so surprised at how much more powerful, how much more wisdom you'll get. And you're like, where did I learn that from? Where did I know that from? It's not. It's when you release that low vibrational energy, then you get that. Okay. I love that. Thank you. So they asked me to share this with you. They said, look at the balancing act and look at the ship. And I'm like, okay, what about it? I mean, this is what's going on in my head. I'm like, okay, well, that's about it. And they said, look at how much is released and look how much is now beginning to allow to come in. There's more to be released than there is coming in. And the thing is, when you release that in the waning moon, then you actually are allowing more to come in. You cannot bring anything new in with all that old stuff there, because it just doesn't move forward. Okay. Definitely somebody is way off balance. This doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. Definitely is not going to stay that way. I have the 9 of Swords as your first card out, and then we have the King of Pentacles. Did the card flip besides that one? No. Okay. Definitely. Somebody's really not getting enough sleep. Definitely just really tired. Really, really tired. See what else? Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. You're fighting yourself. Somebody's so worried about what other people are thinking. Oh my goodness. I know that this is probably a younger energy. Well, thank you, Tanya, for coming in. I appreciate it. She came and left. But the thing is that we have the 9 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and then the Devil. So somebody is this is one energy. This is, I don't know who this is because I've got a couple of energies that are coming through. Is this first energy is about they're definitely worried about money, or they're not being responsible with their money. They just are spending more than what they have. They're not paying attention to what the priorities are because the balance is off. Okay. And then we have the devil card, which is definitely keeping you bound. Okay, to that. It's your thought process that is actually keeping you from getting ahead because you're spending your money in the wrong way. And the thing is, we have the emperor here. Somebody around you can teach you how to do that. I don't know who that is, because it's keeping you from having your purpose, your authentic you. So it's sort of like somebody is spending, not as an addiction, but to cover up a hurt or a hole that they think that they're going to fill. It's just not going to be filled by that. It's like I had somebody recently, well, in the past 6 months, come out to me and actually shared their story a little bit, and they buy shoes. And I'm like, really? You buy shoes? They go, yeah. Do you wear them all? No, don't wear them all. Well, how many shoes do you buy? I have about 3 garage fulls. And I'm like, so what are you going to do with these shoes? I don't know. Something's off there. Something's to fill a hole, to fill something that is trying to heal, something that they think, and it's not. And they know that it's not, but they don't stop. And so then it does become a little bit of an addiction, sort of like this, what's happening here. We have the 3 of Wands. This is for your future, definitely trying to get something in control for your future, getting it in balance for your future. Okay. So that is definitely one energy for that. There is another energy that is just definitely off balance based on communication. Because we have the Queen of Wands here. We have the Devil. We have the 3 of Wands. We have the Emperor. And then we also have the Fool. Now, the Fool is the end card, which is also the challenge card for me. And the challenge card is with the Fool is that the Fool is very creative. It has its own ideas. It's sort of the Uranus energy that's going on right now. It's sort of that freedom kind of a thinking, well, I can do what I want, when I want, how I want. It's like the single when you're single. Definitely we think that way. However, is it responsible? Are you responsible? So the Fool is very creative, but he's not so responsible. And this is what throws things off. So somebody's challenge is to become more responsible, not only in their purpose of their financial, and for somebody else, it's you're responsible to yourself to be your authentic you. That is loving yourself. Then that is what comes together, because we got the number 2. How many number 2s do we have? We had 3 of them in the last reading. But we have the number 2, which is bringing balance back in order. The boundaries, because when you become your authentic you, like I did at about 3.5, 4 years, I want to say about 4 years ago, I started coming out, and then about 3.5 years ago, I said, screw it. I don't care what anybody else thinks. This is who I am. They don't like it. They don't have to be my friend. If they want to stick around, that's fine. Then if they didn't stick around, then they weren't meant to be really in my life in the first place, because they were believing in a fake person. Well, not really fake, but not the authentic me. Okay. And this is like this energy. That is the energy that you're fighting. Hello, Tanya. Welcome, welcome. This is the energy that you're fighting to be the authentic you. And sometimes we just need a little push, a little education, a little help, anything in the way that we need to get there and learn. So we do need somebody to help us through that, a coach, a mentor, somebody who's been there, who's done that, somebody who is actually has the experience and the knowledge, because we have the Queen of Wands right next to that. And the Queen of Wands is looking at the Emperor, and the Emperor is saying, okay, it's about conversation. It's about paying attention to the conversation, paying attention about what you're talking about and what you need to share and what you need to get out. So great. Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, I can pull a card for you at the end when we're done here. Where are we at? We're at 14 minutes. I usually go 30 minutes long. So if you can hang tight, that's about as long as I like to go. So if you can hang tight, that's great. And if you do hang tight, I appreciate if you hit that like button. Appreciate it. Or anybody watching, hit that like button. I appreciate it. So definitely this energy is an energy of releasing the old you to be the authentic you. And this is going to bring balance. And it's also going to bring less sleepless nights. Okay, somebody is just losing sleep. Somebody's stressed out. Now, somebody is probably stressed out about money. Again, that's that other energy popping up. That other energy is popping up. And the reason why you're worried about money is that the priorities are not in balance. Okay, money's being spent where it shouldn't be spent. And I'll be the emperor just for 2 seconds. Because I've been there. If that is your thing, is that you're spending more than what's coming in, is that you buy the thing I learned when I was homeless, and a friend taught me this actually, is that I was doing that. I was spending things on things I really didn't need. However, he said, you know what, you can't afford that right now, or you want to get things back where you can build your credit up and all that kind of stuff and get balance back in your life, then you buy out of needs only, not wants. And there was a time when I was homeless, I had to really do that. And every time I would hold something, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to buy. Oh, this is a want. This is not a need. And then I'd put it back. And then I'd go pick something up. Oh yeah. Oh, it's not a need. And it was sucked for a long time, but you know what? It got me out of trouble. It got me out of my situation. It allowed me to relax more. It allowed me to pay my bills. And the thing is that, I wouldn't hold a credit card because I knew that if I had that credit card in hand, my priorities would go out the window. And then I had a real bad habit of not paying the credit card. That's in my old, really low vibrational self. So definitely for somebody that is that. All right. Oh. So we have another energy here, guys. This is not going to be an energy that resonates with everybody. And I hope this isn't. But anyway, we have the Empress. Okay, so we have the Emperor and the Empress, which there's 2 things that can happen with that. For one, the one energy that I'm reading is we've got also the Ace of Wands in the middle, and then we have the 5 of Cups. So somebody may be coming into a pregnancy that is unexpected. Somebody may be looking at that, and they're sort of not happy about it at the moment, just because it's sort of thrown a loop in everything, and the balance is off a little bit. But this is where your future energy comes in, where you will get educated on it's going to be fine, it's going to be okay. We do have the Emperor and the Empress, so maybe there is a couple, maybe things aren't going right at the moment, and that's okay, that happens. So you really want to you want to focus in on this newness. You want to focus in on the high vibrational, not the low vibrational. Not like, oh crap, things aren't going right, things aren't happening right. It could be that this person is in that energy level of, I can't sleep, can't eat, this is the wrong timing. There's never a wrong timing. It's never in our timing. It's in when the little one's timing. If this is you, just know that it is going to be fine. You do need to turn around and look at the cups that are upright and not spilt over. I don't know who this is for. This is, everything will balance out. Everything will happen and move up. It's just your mindset now has to move into a more upward progress, not only for you, for if this is you, for the child that you're carrying. Okay. And the Emperor and the Empress showing up, that's a power couple. This is a power couple. This is sometimes power couples struggle because they both are so successful in whatever it is that they do. They may not do the same thing, but whatever they do, they're very successful at. They're very knowledgeable at it, extremely wise about it, whatever they're in. All right. So this could be a power couple that is going through this as well. but still the struggle is being your authentic you. So, like, for example, if somebody says, well, I wanted to have kids, but they really didn't, and they told the other person that, yeah, I want kids, then that's being that not authentic you. If you're going into dating, be your authentic you. Be what you want. Tell them what you want. Tell them what you like. If you don't do that right out of the chute, you're wasting time, because now you're putting on a mask that you're not, and you're saying, oh yeah, I want to do that. I like that, just because they're handsome or pretty or whatever. Sometimes that outer package is, sort of not the authentic person. So we have the Eight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, for this person that did get pregnant, maybe that was something that, oops, yeah, you maybe did it that there's some shame in it. That I hope it wasn't infidelity. That there was shame in it. But that's the only thing that you can do is actually go to Divine and talk to him, because it's all in his timing anyway. And whoever the baby's father is, it's in his timing and his whoop kind of a thing. But for other energies, this is definitely something that this is a lot of conversation, not only with yourself but with somebody else, to figure yourself out, to get unbound. Okay, somebody is really bound with caring about what other people think. Somebody is really stuck on not being able to move forward because of it. And all you have to do to release that, and how to get yourself out of it, is definitely talk to Divine and the wisdom. And somebody with a lot of wisdom. Like I say, some people need coaching, some people need counseling, some people need, therapists, that kind of a thing. Definitely something to walk through. Definitely. You've got some really high powers here. You got the Empress, you've got the Emperor, you've got the Queen of Wands. So something that you're going through that really needs to get unstuck, because you cannot be yourself. Again, that is a more younger energy that is fearful. Okay, so releasing the fear will help you become your authentic you. And the other thing is about this future energy, we've got Saturn and Uranus, and we got Mercury is up there, really with a communication kind of a thing. I'm trying to think of what is going on with Mercury, and also we got the Venus. But Mercury and Saturn and Uranus are really active up there, and it's all about communication and also learning. A lot of the times it has to do with learning. All right. So Tanya, if you're still there, you can go ahead and post your, God's message for me and what he wants me to do. Okay. Are you still there, Tanya? We're going to do real quick love and relationships, because we want to be our authentic you in love and relationships. And not everybody has love in their week. Everybody has love, but I'm talking about relational love, like being in a relationship, intimate and that kind of a thing. So definitely want to sort of look at that. For those people that are, even if you're single, you'll always, you never know what you're going to come into. Again, when you're your authentic when you're your authentic you, your energies and your auras expand. The more balanced you become with your chakras and stuff. In fact, we just did this weekend. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to do a video on this. I'll just show it real quick. This was my aura and chakra reading. Definitely. It was a lot of fun. And I learned a lot from this woman. And I just really think that it's really important to get us in balance. And so she showed me some areas that I need to get balance in, and I agreed with her. So again, releasing some of that. And a lot of that has to do with, if you look at the videos down below, that's a series that I did on sexual abuse, as far as surviving, healing, and living with. That is definitely part of it. And you're always, when you live with it, you're always releasing. You're always releasing. All right, so for lovers, we have the Keeper of the Scales, fairness and balance. Again, I wouldn't say Keeper of the Scales on this one, though. I would say not keeping any record of things. That is unconditional love. Love keeps no record. And if we keep the scales, if you're trying to balance the scales with that, then you're trying to keep record. Okay. So Tanya, if you watch this again, this might be for you, as far as that. But the thing is, fairness and balance. Fairness is what you put out. This is what you put out, is your auras, is how far that they can go, is what you're going to get back in. Fairness is you're giving enough love, you'll get the love back. And if you're showing what kind of love you want, or telling or sharing what kind of love you want, definitely then that person feeds you that back. You feed the other person what their love language is back. And if you don't know about the 5 love languages, just Google that, 5 love languages. It's an excellent, excellent book if you're in a relationship. That will help you create balance, because you will understand your partner. It's not about you, it's about your partner. Your partner learns about you. Great, great book for couples. Awesome. And you can even do it as a partner kind of a thing. And show the world a real you. Gosh, I can't make this stuff up. Okay. The power of purpose, the authentic you. When you're in a relationship, you have to show the authentic you, or you're wasting everybody's time. And it's not that you're wasting it. It's just, well, no, you are wasting it because you're lying. So if you're not going to be the authentic you, and again, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, that's the number 2. This is the number 2. Bringing things together, showing what it is that you are, bringing this balancing act into the way that it should be, and showing the authentic you. Show the world who you are. You were created for a purpose and a reason, for you and you alone, because there is no other person that can walk that journey. They say, oh yeah, there is. No, there isn't, because nobody else has the same brain as you. We all have similar brains, but the soul is not. That's why I say, and when I teach, that you have to start with the spirit and the soul first. Then you go to the head, then the body acts and responds that way. If you don't start with your soul first, your authentic you, everything gets kerfuffled and messed up. Totally. Because we start from the earth and the head, and that's not truth. That's that's opinion, that's theory, and that can be based on anybody else and whoever. But the thing is, we in order to get balance and be the authentic you, and that's what this is saying all over the place, and to get balance and to release that old person, that fake, that one's that's got the mask on, and be the real you, then your relationships are going to blossom. And if you be the real you and that person goes away, they should have never been there, because they were looking at a fake you. Go to divine and let him know what you need and what you want, and ask for the strength to be the real you and not give a crap what everybody else says. You know, a lot of people, and in fact, I had to laugh because my daughter was saying, "Oh, you're eccentric," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." And he's like, "Yeah, you are. You're eccentric." And I'm like, "I'm not eccentric." She goes, "Yeah, you are," because I had this feeling of eccentric was bad. Oh, you don't talk to them; they're really eccentric. And that was being a boomer. That's the way our generation was raised. So definitely, I said no. I'm who I am, and this is who I am. If you want to call me that, that's fine. So anyway, that's where that is. So this is your reading for the week of August 30th through the 5th. Wow. If you've made it this far, please smash that like button. We really appreciate it. As YouTube creators, that really helps us. You would have no idea. That really helps our videos get expanded out into the YouTube world. And don't forget to share if this resonated with you, or you think this resonated with somebody. And then also too, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. I didn't know if you came back on or not, Tanya. So hopefully something here resonated with you. All right. Oh, okay. Well, you left, and I asked if you were there. So let me pull one card for you real quick, because we're already about at our time. Let me see what deck I want to use. All right, let me see. Real quick here. So your question is your message. One of the things that will help you in getting your response that you want from divine, I will just tell you from his aspect. I don't know where your belief is, but when you are typing God, when you said God's message, it should be a capital G. It's an honorific thing. And it sounds really minuscule, but it is really huge because words are powerful. And there's only one God, not many gods. But some people believe in many gods. However, if you really break it down to a lot of religions, there is only one God. Because when they believe in all these other gods, like the God of water, God of air, God of, all those kind of things, then it actually breaks down to one God that creates all of that, if you sort of look at that. But I'm just giving you, because a lot of people come to tarot to get their answers, and it's really from divine. So it's not from the cards. The cards are the telephone to the divine. The cards are a pathway and a message. It's like being in a telephone. Yeah. No, that's not a big deal. But in the future, if you really want to go straight to divine, honorific. It's like when you say, oh, here's my dad, my father, that kind of a thing. All right. Just an education. See, that's your future. That's your education thing. All right. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and Eight of Cups. Wow. The door is really open. The door is really open. You got the Ten of Pentacles. You can have everything that you want. Okay. You can have everything that you desire. And what it is saying is that the Eight of Cups, you've got to go for what you are. That this is your reading, guys. And Tanya, if you haven't paid attention, I'd go back and listen to this, because this is exactly what he's saying. Be the authentic you. Stand up for who you are. Stand up for the authentic you. Because if we don't, then we're going to have some heartache and struggle. Okay, so we are going to have heartache and struggle no matter what. But the more that you're the authentic you, then it is a less of a struggle, less of a heartache, because we can release it more. If we are our authentic you, we can actually see our purpose and our calling. So whatever it is that you're wanting to go for, whatever that little fire in your heart is that you really love to do and desire to do, that's what you go for. As long as it's in the good and long as it's in the higher vibration, divine will shoot you forward with it. But there might be a little bit of struggle along the way, because that is typical. As a business owner, you know how many bumps and mountains and things I had to go over and climb. Don't be afraid of those times. Don't embrace those times and say, okay, what am I not learning? What am I doing? What is it that I can learn from this that it won't happen again? So like with me, if I did something with my business and I was like, ooh, that customer wasn't happy about that, I don't want to do that again. So I try to find a new way. So that is the same thing. So whatever it is, you've got, you go for it. Definitely go for it. And especially if it's got to be a passion and whatever it is and burning in your heart. So definitely, whatever is burning in your heart is that is what you need to go for. Okay, I don't know what that is to you, but that definitely is something that you go for. The Eight of Cups is definitely, it's all about your heart. It's what is your heart? What is your heart? And then the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles are beautiful, but the Ten of Pentacles is very earthly. But you've got the heart, you've got your soul, your spirit in there, but it is also earthly, because we have to have money to live. But this is something that will gradually come. The money will come because you have that passion and that desire to do it. It'll even come more easily. It's like when I'm working my company, it's not a job anymore. And it's very true. If you do whatever you love, it's really not a job. Okay? So hopefully that helped. All right, everybody, please, I hope you guys have a very safe week. Don't forget to walk in absolute love and absolute truth. And absolute truth is your authentic you, guys. You have the power of purpose. All right. take care, and we will see you on the 6th. And we have the new moon coming on the 6th. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a new moon. We'll see. I hope I am. But I'm going to be camping this weekend and getting some refueling. You're very, very welcome, honey. Getting some refueling because I desperately need it. I don't know. These low vibrational energies are really, really pulling that good old Saturn energy. So anyway, hope you guys have a great week. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. All right. Talk soon.